judging by the title of the video, you're probably thinking, what does that even mean? I'm actually thinking about failing every time I train, in the sense of going to failure. Kind of along the lines of what John Bros preaches, which is go until you miss. So one way of knowing that you're trying is by seeing whether you fail or not. If you never fail a rep, how do you know that you're pushing your limits? How do you know you are on the right path? How do you know your true potential for that day? Now, the automatic thing you guys are gonna think is, oh man, you're gonna injure yourself without a doubt. And to that I want to say that I don't plan to grind weights out. I don't plan to, have like 10-second concentric phases, I'm gonna keep adding weight on the bar until form starts to break down. I'm not gonna compromise my positioning for the weight. There's a difference in that. You could good morning any squat. You could good morning any squat that you want and put that number on paper as a hit, right? As a successful lift. I don't want to do that. I've got my technique engraved into my central nervous system, and I know what I expect. At the moment I feel like I need to deviate right away from that, I'm bailing. So that's what I mean by that. I'm gonna put 180 on the bar and try and get a double or a triple. And then just like yesterday, I'll put maybe 190 on and see if I can get it up. If I can't, I'll drop the bar, and that's basically the session for today. But essentially, the reason why I want to do that is because it's almost like you can use that top failed set as a negative, as a, how do I say it? As a forced negative. So just the virtue of lowering their weight into the bottom position of the squat, you're working there. We know the eccentric phases of exercises is what actually causes the most muscle damage and most strength and whatever. We're far more stronger in the eccentric phase of a lift versus a concentric. So, it is a training method that people use on and off, I guess, to overload the eccentric phase. So I'm gonna experiment with that. I'm not scared of bailing on weight. And the fact that I'm not in the cage and I'm not dropping the bar in the pins, I'm not worried about the bar either, because I'll be dropping it on a flat surface and the actual weights are gonna be catching the weight, not the bar flexing. So I'm not looking to destroy my equipment either, right? Like, I wanna go about it the smart way, I guess. So I'll put 180 on the bar and we'll go from there, I guess, and see how that moves. And yeah, I've done a whole lot of front squatting already. I did my usual routine. I think by now there's no more point of posting that portion of my training, because it's always repetitive and you guys know what's going to happen anyway. All right, 180. Let's see if I can get this for 2. Whew, feels tough. So what I'm aiming to do is try and really control the eccentric portion. So with this 190, that's basically my focus. It's really to control the eccentric, so you know, I kind of get the most out of that portion. But honestly, even that 180 moved kind of slow, so the likelihood of me getting this lift is probably low. Oh man. All right, let's go. Now I had a thought about trying to do this every other day, because I did this yesterday and honestly I'm quite fatigued from the yesterday session. But I thought to myself, let's give it a spell of knowing that every time I go into the gym, I'm going to know I'm going to handle a weight which is probably too heavy for me for the day. We'll see how it goes. So, you know, right now the training is going quite well. You know, I feel really, really good about kind of the recovery from that cold. And just want to give something else a go. I think the rep work that I'm doing is really good. And I'm probably going to give another 2 weeks of absolutely nothing else but squatting. Just to see where I can kind of push over the 200 limit. So, there it is. Another day, another fail. All right, guys, catch you tomorrow.